This week's weekly ritual is dedicated to the music and the memory of Fleetwood Mac and David Lee Roth keyboardist David Tuggle, who passed away this week. Rest in power. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Keefy, and you're watching another edition of GhostCultMag.com's weekly news show, The Weekly Ritual, right here on YouTube. Chances are you're brand new here, so please like and subscribe and share with your friends. With that out of the way, let's get into it. This week's show is brought to you by our affiliate partner, Liquid Death Mountain Spring Water.
In case you missed it, features at Ghost Cult.
We interviewed Kyle Shope of Bodysnatcher. Their new album, Bleed Abide, is out now on Monarch Heavy. We also interviewed Ty Christian of Lords of the Trident. Their new album is out now as well. Over on the Ghost Cult Magazine podcast, we interviewed Niklas from heavy metal legends Wolf. Their new album, Shadowlands, is out on Century Media Records. Do you like reaction videos? We do reaction videos! Check out our reaction videos right here on the channel at the link. Brand new content up featuring Amon Amarth, new Lamb of God music, and Architects. You can catch these hands and catch me on the Glacially Musical Pouredcast, beer, metal, swearing, vinyl, and much more. Also check us out on Ko-fi if you appreciate our content and videos like this and help us keep the lights on.
And now, the news rundown.
Doomlines Festival, headlined by Conjurer, is taking over Sheffield, England this weekend. Stay tuned to Ghost Cult for a new interview with the band soon. Judas Priest is back. They have announced new tour dates in North America, 50 heavy metal years, with direct support coming from Queensryche. Incarceration Fest in Ohio this summer has announced their full lineup of food vendors, tattooists, and more. Monolith on the Mesa is happening this September, and they announced headline bands like Mars Red Sky, Nebula, I Hate God, Ruby the Hatchet, and more. Tattoo the Earth Festival at the Worcester Palladium this summer has added a bunch of new bands. Muse is on tour this summer supporting their new album, and they already kicked off a bunch of festival dates, including Isle of Wight, in which they covered Slipknot, AC/DC, and more. The Stadium Tour is finally here. It's like Groundhog Day. We talked about this thing for 3 years. It's finally here and happening, and it's underway. Featuring Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Poison, and Classless Act, and it's already a flaming hot mess. But you gotta go see it like a train wreck. Tommy Lee broke 4 ribs in an altercation, and he's being spelled part-time by his backup, Tommy Clufudos. Why does Tommy Lee need a backup of all people? But he does. Tommy, you know we love that guy. He's played with Ozzy and Rob Zombie and Black Sabbath and everybody. And Vince Neil is having his issues, but otherwise the tour is rocking, and go see it. Venom Inc. will kick off a new headline tour in North America this summer. Direct support to come from I Hate God, Ringworm, and Cult of Lilith. OTEP will celebrate 20 years of their debut album, Sebestra, at the Whiskey A Go-Go July 7th with a full album performance. It will be OTEP's first show in almost 3 years. Architects will support Brit rock legends Biffy Clyro this fall in the UK and Ireland. Massacre has announced the California Resurgence Tour for this summer. Silverstein, Comeback Kids, Census Fail, and Koyo have announced a huge tour of Europe and the UK. Turnstile has announced a UK tour. They have sold out their last 3 or 4 tours in a row. Get your tickets right away when they go on sale. Alabama Thunderpussy is reuniting for a concert in their home of Richmond, Virginia this fall. Dream Theater keyboardist extraordinaire Jordan Rudess will kick off his summer tour this weekend and evening with Jordan Rudess. I Prevail has announced a huge North American tour with Pierce the Veil, Fit for a King, and others. And finally in the tour news, Bad Omens will tour the UK next winter. Megadeth has dropped the official first new single from their brand new album, The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead, coming later this year. Red alert, y'all! The Mars Volta is back after a lot of teasing on social media and a strange alien-like pop-up installation in Los Angeles, sharing a little bit of music and some teasers. The Mars Volta has dropped the first brand new single in over 10 years, Black Light Shine, which you can stream and buy right now, as well as a huge headline tour. Devin Townsend has finally announced the official release date and artwork and track listing for his upcoming new album, Lightwork. It will also come with a side album, Nightwork, because Devin likes puns. Machine Head has dropped a brand new single and video from their upcoming album, Unhallowed. Check it out right now. Rough news as Courtney LaPlante of Spiritbox has busted her ankle severely. She got a terrible ankle sprain. The band is going on tour later this summer with Ghost. Hopefully she heals up soon, but she shared gnarly photos on Instagram of her horrible sprain and swollen ankle. I've had one of these things happen to me. It's almost better if you break it. Get well soon, Courtney. Spiritbox just dropped brand new music, their first new song since the release of Eternal Blue last year. Rotoscope is a 3-song single out now with visualizers for all 3 tracks. Catch the band on tour in Europe this weekend. Sad news as iconic New York City music venue The Knitting Factory is closing at its current location on Metropolitan Avenue in Williamsburg. The rent is just too damn high, and they will hope to reopen at a later date somewhere else. We just found out the Cafe Colonial in Sacramento is having a GoFundMe because they are in danger of closing. So please, get out to shows if you can and if you feel up to it, and please support them with your pockets and your dollars and your attendance. Is the end near for Sevendust? Possibly. According to Morgan Rose of Sevendust, in a new interview with Jamie Josta of Hatebreed for his podcast, Morgan says the band has had open discussions about calling it a day. They will definitely not tour that much on their next album and plan to take some time off to reevaluate, but they definitely see not touring forever as an option, and they're definitely going to announce some kind of end-of-the-road plan at some point in the future. I hate for this to happen. Laura Jane Grace of Against Me and her solo career has spoken out against an unfair ruling against trans athletes and homophobes in general in a series of social media posts. We love you, Laura. Keep fighting a good fight. UK rockers Foxjaw have dropped a brand new single and video for their track Sungazer. Outlanders, the supergroup featuring Tarja Turenin and Torsten Stenzel, have dropped a brand new single and video for their track The Sleeping Indian. And the track features none other than guitar legend Joe Satriani. Legendary producer Matt Wallace has remixed 3 classic Faith No More hits, Epic, Midlife Crisis, and their cover of the Commodore's Easy in new Dolby Atmos, which you can hear on services like Tidal, if you have it, and you can find it anywhere, Apple Music, and Amazon Music. In addition, Mike Patton's version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme is now streaming on all digital platforms. That was put out over a year ago as a gag for the video game, The Return of Shredder, which is really great. And in other positive Mike Patton news, he made an appearance at the Cavalera Brothers show in San Francisco. He seemed to be all smiles. Mike has been off the road. All of his projects have been on hold due to what he claimed was mental health issues and not being ready to tour. So great to see Mike out there smiling and doing the damn thing. Get right and get well soon, Mike. We miss you. Hardcore band Def Club has dropped a brand new single and video. If you eat the rat, it might taste good. Just like the world turns, band lineups change all the time. We've got a few band lineup changes for you. Danny Lamanga is the new drummer of Agnostic Front. He's on tour with the band right now in Europe. And Danny, you might know his work from Sworn Enemy and Crown of Thorns and Walls of Jericho and even Biohazard. The band live is having a bunch of turmoil in a series of social media posts. Ed Kowalchuk has taken control of the band. He now has a controlling stake of over 55% of the band, and he fired co-founder and longtime guitarist Chad Taylor. More on that as it develops. As They Lay Dying? As I Lay, everybody's quitting the band. The latest member of As They Lay Dying to leave the band is drummer Jordan Mancino. He has left the band following Nick Hipa a year ago and Josh Gilbert just recently, who joined Spiritbox. Tim Lambesis claimed that Jordan had excommunicated himself from the band for over 2 years and made some legal demands and thus necessitated the change. Originally, Jordan was just going to sit out the tour, but now he's definitely out of the band, so good luck with that. And speaking of sitting out tours, Fieldy has been off the road with Korn since back before the release of their latest album, Requiem. And when the band gets back from their current European tour, Head and Monkey, who are apparently in touch with Fieldy all the time, say that they're going to sit down with him and see where he's at and hope he returns to the band live. We're pulling for you, Fieldy. Come on. Nadia from Pussy Riot joined the Lawrence O'Donnell Show on MSNBC this week to talk about Ukraine and Vladimir Putin and war and propaganda and all kinds of stuff. You should definitely check that out if you're a smart person and you care about the world. And in a feel-good story to close out the news this week, Crawling Through Tartarus is the band that had a shooting at their show that led to the injury of their singer. He's gonna be okay, but he's got a lot of medical expenses. They launched a GoFundMe. There'll be a link below and here where you can donate. Please do. The band has dropped a drum playthrough video and a bunch of photos of them in the studio working on new music. So thumbs up to you guys for persevering. We will bring you more news on this band as it develops.
And now for a look at New Music Friday.
Hailstorm, 7th Rum of a 7th Rum, Napalm Records. Alexis on Fire, Otherness, Dine Alone, Darkane, Inhuman Spirits, Massacre Records, Devil's Train, Ashes and Bones, Rock of Angels, Cold, Svartse, Soul Cellar Records, Collapse, Until the Day I Die, Cold Spring, Porcupine Tree, Closure Continuation, Music for Nations and Megaforce, Profiler, self-titled EP, Sharptone Records, Projected, Hypoxia, Rat Pack Records, Raptors, Living Without Death's Permission, Metal Blade Records, Savage Master, Those Who Hunt at Night, Shadow Kingdom, Victorious, Dinosaur Warfare Part 2, The Great Ninja War, Napalm Records, and Werewolves, From the Cave to the Grave, Prosthetic Records.
And now for a look in our mailbag.
I got a package in the mail from Gimme Metal and their vinyl subscription club. Cancer to the Gory End is this month's album, and it's awesome. This reissue sounds amazing, and it came on this amazing yellow vinyl. Oh, look at this. Beautiful, kind of a lemony, translucent, with the Peaceville label and the classic Cancer logo right on the label. Amazing stuff. Thank you, Gimme Metal. Thank you, Cancer. Thank you, Peaceville Records. You made it to this part of the show, so you know what time it is. It's the end. GhostCultMag.com is a small business, and we really appreciate the support. As we say every week at this juncture of the show, it's a tough time in the world, so please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and remember to keep metal in your heart forever.